Well, hello. I believe I am streaming again. I have no idea how much was recorded of that. That was a lot of work to not be recorded. Hope it was. I just had to actually do this because I don't know if it's working or not. So I'm going to go on the watch page. No. One watching now. Bam. Hello, Nick. All right. To start off the same stream that I already had going, I'm going to play a silly GIF. I thought this dog was awesome. Looks mean. Yes. So there you go. Silly dog. I believe I'm streaming. I believe everything is good for now. Cool. I don't know why I'm... Okay. So, where I'm at, all this jazz. This is what I'm going to do. I have this. This is how I get... If I put in my summoner name, I get information back that gives me my summoner ID, and then I get my summoner ID, and then I can tell what my MMR is and calculate how good I am. So, here we are. Cheerio. I'm gonna put all of this inside of here. I don't need that. I honestly don't get what that other thing did. Or I guess it's the last people you played with. I don't know. But actually, I get to go to. I'm gonna go to a fun part now. The Ruby part actually. I was just making sure it was even possible. Kind of. So Ruby on Rails, get that going. New tweets. Stop it. Like, I don't even see it listed here. Let me... Fix? Rails authentication. Device. Omni off logic, RESTful authentication, sorcery. Oh, this is awesome. All this stuff. I guess I don't need these headphones since I'm not even listening to music. With Warden. Gem install device. Device. I should know how to. With Warden. What is Warden? What is Warden? I bet it was an old authentication framework. Based a long time ago. documentation. Like rack machinery. I don't know. Okay, well, it's rack based. Rack. Ruby on Rails has so many unique words. They like to do that. Like instead of make, they do rake. Rack up. No idea what's going on here. But it's a thing. Web server interface. Rack provides a minimal interface between web servers supporting Ruby and Ruby frameworks. Right. To use Rack, provide an app, an object that responds to the call method, taking environment's hash as a parameter, and returning an array with 3 elements to HTTP. Response body, which must respond to each, and handle an app directly. Rack up command line tool and avoid specifying detail like port and server name until runtime. Separates the different stages of processing. Okay, so it's a structure to this stuff. Oh, so there's rack and then there's rack middleweight? I don't know. Model signed in? What does that mean? Models. I guess a user model? I don't know. Is based on a modularity concept. Use what you really need. Just what you need. Composed of 10 modules. Database authenticatable. OmniAuth. Adds OmniAuth. Confirmable. Sends emails with confirmation instructions. Recoverable. Good. Rememberable. Trackable. Tracks sign in count, timestamps. On all of it. Well, I won't start with all of it. Timeoutable. Provides validations. Validatable. Lockable. Lock the counter. Can't unlock the email. Yarv. I have no idea what Yarv is. Welcome to the world of Ruby, where acronym. Oh god. Okay. They like to do that, I feel like. Yet another. Yeah. Anyway. Actually, hang on. In such cases, we advise you to start a simple authentication system from scratch. Oh man, why you gotta say that? Why you gotta say that? What would be amazing is if I can set it up where I have my Ruby on Rails app and then I have my website app. I just talk to the server and it spits back out answers. That's what I would like most. I don't know if I'll be able to do that. Eyes are glazing over. Holy crap. What happened to the time? It was 8 p.m. a second ago. Right? Alright, I'm gonna ask these fellas how are they going to answer this? I have a feeling this is going to be very challenging. Let's see what this is about at least. Maybe I'll be like, oh, of course I know. Actually, I really like this idea. I really like this. It'll help. What? I have to pay $9. Cool. Like 2011. So Alright, so I'm gonna sign up because I really don't want to learn it in an old version. And yeah. Alright, fine. I've heard about Railscast too. I respect what they're doing. I like. If I can find my informaciones. What did I do with it? I always do this. Pants were on there. I don't even know where my keys are right now. So I should put my keys at my coffee table when I come in. But I don't. I hear my keys. And bang, there's my wallet. Wallet. That's Spanish for wallet. Yeah. Go look it up. I know Spanish. I know Espanolish. Credit card expiration. Ay. I ain't got the money, people. I would have tried. How did I even log in? I don't know. This dude is on episode 417. That's crazy. Alright. Did my friend say anything else? No. So there.
User authentication is required in almost every Rails application, including this blogging application here. Currently there's no form of user authentication, and I would like to add some by providing login and sign-up links on the top right of this page here. Now in Rails, there are several gems to help add authentication to your app, such as Devise or OmniAuth. But sometimes if you just want simple password authentication, you may want to create it from scratch, because it's really not that difficult. Let me show you how here.
Yeah, it's awesome.
The first thing I need to do is add a sign-up form to this app for creating a new user record, and then put a link to it on the top right of this page here. So this means we'll need to generate some kind of user model and controller to handle the sign-up process. I'm going to use the resource generator to do this, which is similar to the scaffold generator except it doesn't fill in all of the controller actions. And I'm going to name the model user and give it an email string field and a password digest string field as well. Now, password digest is an important name because it's the default name that is used with the Has Secure Password feature in Rails that will be used.
A thought is, can I have a Mac virtual machine on here. That would ease my woes extremely. Also, they seem to already have this installed. So, okay, that's what he typed in. So I feel like I'm gonna get a Rails app going real quick. How do I do that? I've done it before once. Literally don't remember any of it. Again, my internet is going dumb probably because my service provider. So I feel like I'm gonna get a Rails app going real quick. I'm gonna turn the gain up a little bit. A little bit. Get started. I think I did this. Where would I want to do this? You can actually see here, I already created one, but programming, Ruby on Rails. Why is my right click taking forever? My computer's like, see? What? Alright. You hold shift, right click, open command window here. If you don't hold shift, it's different. There's a lot of stuff actually. What else? Tortoise, SVN, check-in. No, that's there. I don't know. Let's see if I believe I already did this. Actually, I'll do bash. Do I not have like a D drive? So this is closer to Linux. Oh. Programming. School champion. Wait, what? Okay. I want to copy it. Bam. Making a Rails app. Here we go. Fiddle. I don't know what it is. I can't use it, man. Gotta deal with it. Deal with it. So while that's going, did I even? Yeah, installed where I wanted at least. Nothing to do yet. So I'm already in there. So then I Rails. Actually, real quick, what's in here? I'm gonna look. I got app controllers. Got a basic controller, I guess. I'm gonna actually open Sublime 2. I added that, I think, so I can open folders to it. Rake file. Tasks. So this is like the package manager thing, I think. Coffee Rails. Coffee script. I don't know coffee script, but I can figure it out. Rack-based servers. Git. Temp. Testing. Public. It has the whole. Doesn't make any sense, but it's unique. It's like a beautiful snowflake now. Log, library. I bet that .keep is a Git thing or something. It's just so it literally keeps the folder layout. Seed database. Oh, cool. Default values. Cool. You just do objects. You don't even worry. It's like, nah, you don't actually have to type stuff. You just you don't need to know SQL. You just know the objects. Boot. Config. So this is config stuff. Like what? Config? What? Boot. I should get a glimpse of this, I guess. Routes draw. Dude. So these are routes. Okay. Secrets. You're not supposed to see my secret. Okay. Cool. What's different? True, cache, eager load. You don't want to. Eager. Eager is where you download everything, right? And development, I don't do that. I want eagerly. Test. Okay. Don't know if I'm gonna touch this or not. And the real cool stuff, images. So they have it all laid out like you'd expect. JavaScript. It's where the JavaScript goes. Manifest file. The path. directly here, but if you do, it'll appear at the bottom of the compiled file. Okay, so don't add code here. Makes sense. That's cool though. Save that. Spread style sheets. Styles you add here take precedence over other styles. Is it they don't say it's not suggested here. Okay. Cool. Controllers. First. Base. Exception. Protect from forgery with exception. So this is voodoo. Voodoo. Okay. So concerns, I have no idea what that's about. And that's it. That's all I got for controller. Helper. I got a helper. I got mailers. Don't know what that is. I got keep model layouts. So this is what I will see. I will see a school champion title. JavaScript link tag. Don't know what this is. Cross-site forgery. Yield. I think this, yeah, that's the body. That's where the view would go if I had a view. Huh? I guess it makes a default view. All right, so I've browsed through it. Am I still streaming? JavaScript link tag. Don't know what this is. Cross-site forgery. Yield. I think this, yeah, that's the body. That's where the view. Maybe I'll turn the gain down. Turn this up a little more. I don't know. Don't want so much static. All right, so I was there. Here, now I do the magic. Rails server. And then I'm magically running it. I feel like there were errors. Maybe. I remember I had this. First of all, you're frustrating me. Size. What? I don't understand. Properties, width. I don't know what. Why are you so angry? I fixed this. I used my brain and I fixed it, I think. Actually. Whoa. What? Rails. That caused an error, yeah. gem file. Yeah, this is what I did. I mean, I recognize it when I come in here. Bam. Cool beans. Thank you. Person that put that together. I wanna, okay. I don't know if it's 64-bit or not. Oh, duh. Okay. Install the gem. So this is how I'm actually installing a gem. Cool. I'm actually installing a gem. I'm adding. So bundle update. Oh. Oh, it downloads everything. Installing. Bam. What a beast. C to shut down. Let's restart that mother. We got our rails going. We're riding Ruby on rails. Yeah. I feel like they should have a song when you load this page. That's my environment. Action record. I'm using action record. Yeah, what's up, man? You know, I use that action dispatch in Rackhead. I do all that. That's just what I do. A root route? Yeah. Routes and config routes. Make sure it makes sense. Configure your database. If you're not using SQLite, the default, edit YAML with your username and password. Let's use the default. Use Rails Generate to create your models and controllers, see available options, and run it without parameters. So helpful. Thank you, people. Okay. Now back to my bro. From another Mo. Not that. Oh gosh. Okay. Let's clean this up a little bit. I want to do that still. Not doing that now. Don't need that. I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna leave that. 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 No. 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 Rack. Rails. So that got me started. That's all I needed from here. Got my this, and I got that done. So can I really just do what they say? Like, really? Let's try it. Let's see what this does. I need to set it up so I can live reload everything, because this is gonna get annoying, I can tell. Or maybe I don't even need to do that. Maybe I don't need to stop it. Duh. But wait, no I don't. I do. Because I want to run this. What am I opening? I want to mini windows still. I want to run this inside of it. What the heck will happen? Nobody knows. You might. Is it doing something? Okay. Well, that's awesome. I just made a resource. Rails G. Generate. Yeah. Bam. I already know, man. Okay. Active record. Database migrate. App models user. Test unit. Controller. ERB, I don't know it. Invoke ERB. Create user views users. So I said a user has, I don't know what password digest means exactly. Okay, and then real quick, assets, coffee script, user script. And as he said in the video, it doesn't fill in stuff, but it generates it. And it's Rails G resource, and then the stuff. Cool. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Anyone talking to me? No. So real quick, like, I know it added stuff. Create DB migrate. Okay, so it is creating a migration. Is this? That's a database essentially. So we say create table users. No idea what that is, but okay, that's referring to, and it knows it's a string or it's guessing. Password digest is guessing. Timestamp it adds as well. Create models dot user. It's extends from, it's less than active record base. And then invoke test unit. Test. And wow, tests have a lot. I've never actually done tests at all. At all. Let's see what they say though. Test models. User, test case, test the truth, do, assert truth, and makes enough sense. Test the truth. I will test you the truth. Nothing but the truth. Fixtures. That's Ember crap I was playing with. Anyway, I don't want to confuse myself. Read about them there. 1, 2. What? Okay. I don't know. Marshall. Controller. I want to look at the controller for sure. SA, I'm making a user controller. Create app user. Wait, what? Okay, it created the folder, so whatever I put in here. Test unit. Test controllers. So this is testing the user. This is a controller. Helper. I don't think I need to go through all this, but helper, users, helper. Assets. Coffee. What? Assets. JavaScript. I can use CoffeeScript. And then also, that's kind of cool. I can use Sass here. I've never used Sass, have I? I don't know. Like, I have. Is that Bootstrap or Foundation? Which one is it? Resource route. That's what I want to do. Resource. Where's routes? Where's routes? Resource users. That's what I did. What? I did that. By running that command. Okay. Enough of that.
In this episode of this page here. On the top right of this page here. Now in Rails, there are several gems to help add authentication to your app, such as Devise or OmniAuth. But sometimes if you just want simple password authentication, you may want to create it from scratch because it's really not that difficult. Let me show you how here. The first thing I need to do is add a sign-up form to this app for creating a new user record, and then put a link to it on the top right of this page here. So this means we'll need to generate some kind of user model and controller to handle the sign-up process. I'm going to use the resource generator to do this, which is similar to the scaffold generator except it doesn't fill in all of the controller actions. And I'm going to name the model user and give it an email string field and a string field as well. Now, Password Digest is an important name because it's the default name that is used with the Has Secure Password feature in Rails that we'll be using in this episode of this page here. So this means we'll need to generate some kind of user model and controller to handle the sign-up process. Okay. I'm going to use the resource generator to do this, which is similar to the scaffold generator except it doesn't fill in all of the controller actions. And I'm going to name the model user and give it an email string field and a password digest string field as well. Now,
default string, I assume.
Password Digest is an important name because it's the default name that is used with the Has Secure Password feature in Rails that we'll be using in this episode. So you can see that generated the user model and controller, so I'll need to migrate the database to create that user's table.
How do I view the database? Right? Because I want to run it, and I don't see the changes. I already have it. Duh. I was doing Code School Ember. That's why I did that. Very cool. Good job, Nick. www. I don't want in there. I want in C.
Of this page here. So this means we'll need to generate some kind of user model and controller to handle the sign-up process. I'm going to use the resource generator to do this, which is similar to the scaffold generator except it doesn't fill in all of the controller actions. I'm going to name the model user and give it an email string field and a password digest string field as well. Now, Password Digest is an important name because it's the default name that is used with the Has Secure Password feature in Rails that we'll be using in this episode. So you can see that model and controller, so I'll need to migrate the database to create that.
See the model and controller, and he's doing this to push the
Users table.
to create the users table. So did that change anything? Yes, it did. What? Okay. What? Users. Created at. How did this exist? That wasn't part of the deal, people. Like, where's the database migration? I have all this open. Timestamps. Oh. That's cool. So with timestamps, we add created at and updated at, and it automatically creates an ID. These are the two, and that. Okay, cool. And then what?
Now going into that generated user model, I'm going to add a call into here for Has Secure Password, which was introduced in Rails 3.1 and adds some simple authentication.
Model. All right, I need to close some of this up. Okay. User. I bet there's a shorthand way to do that.
Support to the user model using that password digest column. Now to get Has Secure Password working in Rails, you also need to go into your gem file and uncomment this gem called bcrypt ruby to handle the hashing of the password to the database. Now make sure to run the bundle command to install the gem and to restart your app for the changes to take effect.
Okay. Bundle update, is that what it is? What if I just do bundle? Installing bcrypt. What I expected.
Another thing that's important to set in the user model is a call to attribute accessible to specify which attributes the user can set through the form. So here you might specify email and password confirmation, or whatever other fields you want on the sign-up form. So this way, if maybe we added an admin call gem called bcrypt ruby to handle the hashing of the password to the database. Now make sure to run the bundle command to install the gem and to restart your app for the changes to take effect. Another thing that's important to set in the user model is a call to attribute accessible to specify which attributes the user can set through the form. So here you might specify email and password confirmation, or whatever other fields you want on the sign-up form. So this way, if maybe we added an admin column to the database, the user wouldn't be able to set that through mass assignment. Now you might also want to add some validations to the user.
Through mass assignment. That's a type of hack, I'm assuming, where normally you type in a field and it turns those fields that you typed in identified. But sometimes people are tricky and they're like, well, I'm going to programmatically send over these fields, but I'm also going to send over a million other fields that may be there. So this allows, I remember some of
models, such as maybe validates uniqueness of email or whatever other identifier you want to use on your user model. You can validate the format of the email, maybe the length of the password, and so on. You don't need to validate the presence of the password or the password confirmation because that's automatically going to be handled for you by Has Secure Password. Alright, so this user model is looking pretty good. Let's move on to creating the sign-up form. And I will do that inside of the user's controller, which was generated earlier. But right now it's currently blank, so we need to make a couple of actions in here to handle the creation of a user. Now these are pretty standard, so I'm just going to paste them in. We have a new action, which is going to create a new.
Okay, whoa, buddy. Actually, he's going at a good pace. Just... Why would you do that? There we go.
Well, it's looking pretty good. Let's.
She asked, what are you up to? I'm making a login system with my Ruby on Rail buddies. Alright, what is...
Let's move on to creating the sign-up form.
Cool.
And I will do that inside of the user's controller, which was generated earlier. But right now it's currently blank, so we need to make a couple of actions in here to handle the creation of a user. Now,
so these are actions to handle the creation of a user. New and create. Wait, what? Okay.
These are pretty standard, so I'm just going to paste them in. We have a new action, which is going to create a new user instance and then display the sign-up form. And then a create action, which will save
a new user instance and will show the sign-up form.
The user to the database and then redisplay the form if there are validation errors. So now we just need that new template to handle the sign-up form. And I'll just paste in the code for this form as well because it is fairly standard. We just have a form.
Okay, form code. Oh crap, where does this go?
The form if there are validation errors. So now we just need that new template to handle the sign-up form. And I'll just paste in the code for this.
Wait, how did you do that, bro? I think he probably in view. Layout application. I feel like he just did this. Did he do that?
The form if there are validation errors. So now we just need that new template to handle the sign-up form. The form if there are validation errors. So now we just need that new template to handle the.
He's being, man. So it creates it for him.
Sign-up form. And I'll just paste in the code for this form as well because
I'm gonna install it where I think it might go. We will find out.
it is fairly standard. We just have a form for our user model, display any validation errors if there are any, and then we have 3 fields here for email, password, and password confirmation, and that's it. And then we just need a link to this form. I'm going to put it inside of my application layout file here.
I don't know what that is, but really quick, he has different rails. Hey, no, he's different coloring. Or user do f form for user, that's like the model that we passed in. Is this new or is this create? This is new. Or create. There's errors. Show the errors for each one. Show a message. And we have the fields f.label. This is exactly like ASP.MVC. Label text field, except it's like label for f. Text field. Password confirmation. Password. Submit. F submit. So that must be some special thing. F. U F. Form. Okay. So, okay, this entire form is part of that. Message. Do user.errors.full-messages.each. Cool. This.
I already have a little user header section to put it in. You can put it anywhere you want in your application. We'll just say link to sign up, and that should go to the.
I remember the link to stuff I was playing with. Actually, no, that was Emperor. Yeah. There. There's the div. Oh, this was his blog content. Okay. And then here, before it, in the body, he does div
the new user path. So let's give this a try. Reloading this page here shows us the sign up link. Clicking it brings us to the form, and let's try filling out something in here.
Holy crap, hang on. Link to, so I get it, I'm making a link to, and it has the text sign up, but it knows new user path, new. User path. So it created this somehow. New user. It knows user by convention new. So it goes here. And then to server. Huh? Gem file. Why would that be wrong? What? Did I undo it and save it? It's starting to slow down a little bit. Actually, not my brain so much, but just my body. Are you happy now? There. Maybe because I did bundle instead of bundle update. I'm just using it, I didn't have to install it. That's why. Okay, that's there. There. Users. Hang on.
We'll just say link to sign up, and that should go to the new user path.
This is where things are going to get interesting. See what y'all tell me. Yeah, I remember seeing no mass assignment. How's that mass assignment? I don't know. I guess they mean none at all. I don't know. Define. So, and then it says call controller actions. May 2nd, so this must be a new thing. Create. Update. I don't know. This needs to go away, I guess. Oh, that's in response to that thing. (2012). I need to revisit. Please? pretty place. Put the sugar on top. It's been an hour and 15 minutes on this stream. I think I should take a break and call it a night since it's really late now. And hit it in the morning. So, this has been exciting. I'm making progress. I'm gonna have a login system. If I can actually make a login system, that's freaking awesome. Like, that to me is huge. And I like how some of this does work. I can see it. So, anyway, guess I'm done for the night. I hope you enjoyed laughing at me or something. I don't know. I really need to figure out what this colon stuff is about. The voodoo, you know? Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.